Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name is Fred Wheeler, and today I want to talk about random encounters in the game of Dungeons and Dragons 5e. I don't think many people understand the concept of the random encounter, and I know a lot of people don't like using them, and I know that some people do like using them, and I'm going to explain to you the concept of the random encounter. The random encounter is not necessarily tied into your story. It is there as an opportunity for your player's character to present elements of their character, personality, their ideals, their bonds, or possibly even their flaws, which, hey, it happens. It's like that time when you decided to go to a concert, and part of that process was when you went to the toilet, you bumped into somebody and you had a conversation with them about, gosh, old friends back in school, that sort of stuff. Those are the sorts of opportunities that a random encounter can have in Dungeons and Dragons. So, what can random encounters be? Well, as a general rule, they can be combat, and that's fine. You can use combat. Should be made up of things that are easy, medium difficulty, hard, and pretty much impossible, and things you have to run away from. That's the nature of a random encounter. You don't know what you're going to get. That's really how they were used quite a few years back, and kind of hope that they keep getting used that way now. And that's how I use them. A lot of people will disagree with what I have to say, but that's how I use them. Now, random encounters don't have to be just combat. They can be an interaction with a non-player character. Maybe they meet a merchant on the road, or they meet an orphan on the road, or in town, a pickpocket. Maybe there's a wizard or an adventuring group that they experience. Maybe it's as simple as just seeing an event, maybe a volcano going off, or watching a landslide or an avalanche or a forest fire. And they can respond to that, or they can just watch it and pass on and think, oh well, that's not my problem. Anyway, next time I might do something, and next time I might not. So that's the concept of random encounters. Now, random encounters can also be, I've said combat, I've said interaction with a non-player character, which you might have a conversation, or just an event that they see that they can interact with or just ignore. They can also be traps. Random encounters can be traps. You could place them wherever you like. And they don't need to be traps in a manner that you're used to thinking of like Indiana Jones. They might be traps that are just simply like quicksand, or it might be a trap in the case there where it's just a section of forest that's fallen down and they have to clamber over it, and they might slip and fall and find themselves impaled on a really sharp stick or a branch, something like that. So traps can take a part. Even just dealing with terrain. Maybe they have to cross a really fast-moving river, or I had my group at one time actually have to navigate down a lava river. Now, that might be a random encounter if they were just moving across some wilderness or through some caves, or it could be part of your story. But there is a place for them, and I don't think you should write them off completely. I really think that there is a place for a random encounter where there's no tie-in to the story whatsoever. It's simply there as a way of, one, acquiring XP, which is always quite nice for players, and also, if you don't track XP, maybe being able to divvy out or give out treasure. Maybe they'll find some treasure. Maybe they'll find some old an old burial site, and dig it up and find all the lost bits and pieces that people buried with the bodies, unless of course somebody's already done that. But yes, random encounters, they can be very, very fun, and just remember, there is something to be had by using a random encounter. Look, I really hope that people find this useful. I've been wanting to do a video on this for a long time. There's a plane above me. This is the problem with using a camera on my phone. There are sounds around me and it's going off. Anyway, is it almost gone? It's further away. there you go, random encounter. You know, they're moving across the wilderness down through a forest area, and they hear a strange noise. It could simply be just a dragon flying overhead, growling or roaring or something like that. In this case, a strange iron bird has just flown overhead. It's still going. Oh my god. Alright, it's getting further away. Anyway, I am finished with this video. If you found this video helpful or informative, please share, like and subscribe. Make a comment below if you have any questions about random encounters. I will do my best to give you some advice with them if it sort of makes sense. Until next time, keep rolling one of these.